Welcome back to this week's video. I am Seth Spielmann, Rapid Fitness Intern, and this week we are covering the McGill Big 3. What is the McGill Big 3, you ask? Well, I am here to answer that question for you. So the McGill Big 3 consists of 3 core stabilizing exercises, which include the modified curl up, side plank, and the bird dog. So before we dive into these 3 exercises here for our core, keep in mind that my recommendation for your sets and reps is going to be 2 to 3 sets of 3 to 5 reps. But each rep is going to consist of a 10-second isometric hold. Isometric basically means just holding that position. So starting off with the first core stabilizing exercise from the McGill Big 3, we have the modified curl up. So with the modified curl up, what you're going to do is lay your body on that ground. You're going to keep one leg straight and kick one leg back into a bent position. And you're going to place your hands underneath your low back or your lumbar spine. So once you have your feet and hands in position, go ahead and elevate your shoulders and your head is going to come up off that ground there. Should not be a crazy range of motion, just enough to where you can feel that front side of your core contract here. Go ahead and repeat that motion for 2 to 3 sets of 3 to 5 reps, also with a 10-second hold. If you really want to feel that core contraction physically, go ahead and remove your hands from your low back and place them on the front side of that core there. Keep in mind that this is not a crazy range of motion for your body to be moving, it's just the shoulders and head moving from the ground here. The next exercise from the McGill Big 3 is the side plank. So with the side plank, we have 3 variations here. First one is going to be a modified side plank, and then we're going to move into a full side plank, and then a crazier modification that takes a little bit less toll is going to be the side lying leg lifts. So for the first one, we have the modified side plank, which is going to be from the knees here. So what we're going to be doing here is going to put our forearm against the ground here, stack that arm underneath that shoulder. Once you have that forearm underneath that shoulder there, our knees are going to be bent and placed in line with our body here. So once you have your body in line, our motion is going to happen at the hips, in which we're going to squat the hips up, meaning the motion happens at the hips. The hips are going to elevate us into a straight line. The side planks are going to be working the side of our core here. Keep in mind, do 2 to 3 sets of 3 to 5 reps with a 10-second hold at the top. And don't forget to switch sides and work the other side of your core as well. So if you find the modified side plank from the knees is a little too easy for you, go ahead and move to the full side plank here. So in the full side plank, again, that forearm is going to be stacked up underneath that shoulder. Instead of being on your knees here, we're going to be up on our feet. Go ahead and stack your feet for this stance. Again, just like the modified side plank here, we're going to squat the hips up or let the motion happen at the hips. Once you raise those hips to the up position, make sure your body is in a straight line as best as you can. Again, same amount of sets and reps, 2 to 3 sets, 3 to 5 reps with a 10-second hold at the top here. If you find that stacking your feet is a little too difficult, go ahead and move yourself into a staggered stance. So for the staggered stance, the leg that is on the top is going to be moved in front of the foot that is on the bottom here. Staggering that stance is going to help with balance, but still being able to perform the side plank. If you find that the modified side plank from the knees and the full side plank on the feet is a little too difficult for yourself, go ahead and move into side lying leg lifts. So for these side lying leg lifts here, you're going to cross your arms across your chest here, and then your legs are going to rest against the ground. So instead of squatting the hips up here, we're going to elevate our legs. So think about moving your feet up and elevating your feet into the air as best as you can, but keep your body in a straight line as best as possible. So again, for the side planks, you're going to want to work both sides. So whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other here. So moving on to the final core stabilizing exercise of the McGill Big 3, we have the bird dog. With the bird dog here, we're going to be in a hands and knees position or a quadruped position. If you want to get real technical with it here. So with the bird dog here, keep in mind with your hands and arms, you want to push your chest away from the floor here and keep that core nice and tight. So there are going to be 2 things that are happening here. We're working on core stabilizers as well as working on balance. This may seem like a lot, but it is a very simple exercise to perform. The tricky part of the bird dog is if you move one arm, let's say in this case I move my right arm, your left leg will go back. So think opposites in the bird dog. So in the video here, I'm going to kick back one leg, keeping in mind I want to use my glute or my butt to move my leg backwards. Swing it or kick it straight back, but main focus is drive with that heel. So with what leg went back, I want to use the opposite arm for my fist and swing it up and drive it up into a straight line. Once I am at that top position, hold that position for about 10 seconds. Again, 2 to 3 sets for 3 to 5 reps. You can either alternate, so if you're gonna do your right leg and left arm, you can do right arm and left leg right after, or you can do all your reps with that right leg and left arm. So our overview of today, we went over the McGill Big 3, which consists of the modified curl up, side plank, and our bird dog. Again, this is really repetitive throughout the video, 2 to 3 sets of 3 to 5 reps of a 10-second hold. I personally like to use these before I begin my workout for the day. It's a great 5 to 10 minute exercise beforehand. If you have found today's information useful, go ahead and drop us a like as well as subscribing to our channel here. Thank you guys for tuning in for today's video. We'll see you guys next week.